Hello and welcome to our first episode of the Chisme podcast. I am your host, Luis, joined by my co-host,
Cassandra, also known as Cass.
and we have no idea what to talk about. Actually, we have a couple of ideas, um, and
First, we're gonna introduce ourselves.
a bit more. Yes,
We're both from Southern California.
that is
Um,
correct.
we are both in high school, and we're
And
dating.
and we are dating. That's right. She is my baby, and hopefully
Yeah.
she calls me her prince or some shit. Some of that corny
He's
shit.
Luis.
Oof.
Alright. So we're both Mexican American or American Mexican, whatever.
That's right. I am only a year older than her.
Yes, I'm a year younger, and we don't go to the same school, so that's why we're kind of doing this on our.
Yeah, we would love to do a podcast where we're both in the room, um, but we'll be honest, that probably wouldn't end up being a finished podcast because we'd be having too much fun even having the time with each other. Because that's the thing, we can't see each other often, and whenever we do have time, we use it for ourselves. So yeah.
Um,
Anyway, would you like to introduce us to our first topic that we would like to talk about today?
What's our first topic?
Did you not look up
I know, but
a topic about
we didn't
controversial
discuss
cultures?
this. Okay, let's talk about fandom. Not fandom.
Fandoms.
Fandoms.
Yeah,
Um,
why not? So, what's up with the Bucky and Rogers fandom? Like, seriously, man. I
I
like
totally
myself
forgot
some.
what that was.
I like myself some gay men, some gay handsome men. But when they start posting, you know, shit on Instagram about them fucking, I I don't know what to do, man. Like my innocence, man. Wink, wink. My
But that's been
innocence.
going on for a while, bro.
But I know. And like, I know I could just like not look at
Follow those
that
kinds of posts,
or
and
follow those kinds of posts exactly.
but it all depends on your demographic. Because some people like Wattpad stuff like that. Everyone should post smut stuff like that.
Uh
For
oh.
those of you who don't know what smut is, I'm not gonna explain it. Who's
What
going
is
to explain
what?
it to him?
You're not gonna explain on on the podcast?
Do you want to explain what it is?
I don't know what it is.
It's like intercourse
Oh,
and like describing it like a fucking book, and I don't know what else to say.
smut.
Yeah, same with lemon. I think lemon. Oh wait, smut is like opposite genders, and I think lemon is like same genders.
Oh, I like to lemon.
What? What did you just say to me?
I like to lemon.
I don't think we can be friends anymore.
I don't think that's how you use the word.
I don't. No. Wait, hold on. I'm looking up the meaning. I don't want to look it up like it's a.
While she's looking it up, have you guys tried out our new product called Flexio? Yeah,
Oh, by the way,
I feel swift.
you might hear our parents.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
have to
that's very
leave,
true.
and I'm
In
sorry
my
for that.
case, we keep interrupting each other. You go.
I might have to leave. Um, for Reese's case, his parents just walk in randomly, and you might hear them talking to him. And then the same with his brother, but his brother gonna
What?
probably.
In my case, it's an exception because both my parents are out working right now. My grandma's watching TV in the living room, and my brother is in my parents' room on another Discord call, just like us, but with a friend. So I'm gonna be here for a while. You know, our last recording, like our first tryout recording, lasted 11 minutes.
And worked better than the rest of these.
What?
Tried recording more times. It's never worked.
Oh shit, baby, you're cutting out. You're cutting in and out.
Ah!
Hello.
Hello.
I feel like we're just gonna slowly just evolve into like talking to ourselves like normally as if we were in a
You
call
are
instead of
doing
like.
that right now.
Well, I've been, yeah. The thing is though, it's like I can't talk about the things I want to talk about because there's people watching. Well, I mean we don't know that, but like we don't want to put it on the internet because like what if people like watch
Then
it?
why are you talking about it on bitch?
I'm
Um,
eating candy right now.
same. Another thing we could talk about more about fandoms.
Oh,
Um,
I have an idea.
what?
All right, so I'm not sure if you're familiar with this game or franchise, but about 3 years ago, there was a game that was released that was called Undertale.
Well, I think I know what that is. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Wait, before you keep talking, um, I think this podcast is going to be just random things, and we might have topics for some, and some we just might be rambling about. So just don't worry about what you're talking about as long as you're enjoying it. And
Yeah, if you're here to talk, if you're here to listen to two people talk about smart shit. Oh, sorry. Am I here? Hello?
yeah, yeah.
If you're here to listen to two people or more talk about smart shit and like actually important shit, we're not for you, man. We're here to talk
Well,
about random shit.
if you're into any of, if you're fine with what we're talking about, and you want to make suggestions, I'm gonna make a Twitter right now,
Oh, fuck yeah.
so you guys can tweet us out, and we'll always reply to you guys. We're never gonna like leave you out. If you want to talk to us personally, we'll try to reach out. We might not be able to help, but at least we're trying to help. So yeah,
Yeah, look at you. Getting connected with your fan base.
yeah,
Wow. May I continue with my spiel?
yeah.
Alright. Let me get through the Snickers real quick.
Wait, are we gonna do this like once a week?
Maybe, possibly.
If we
Depends.
do this once, okay, I'm gonna say something real quick. Are you okay with that?
Go ahead.
If we do this once a week, we're probably gonna post on Sunday.
Works for me.
All right.
Alright, very well. So, about the game Undertale. If you've already looked it up, or for those who don't even know what Undertale is a 2D sort of RPG game, where you are a character under this called Frisk. Usually, you're a character that goes into the underworld, uh, that encounters a bunch of monsters, and you have the choice to either spare them all and become the peaceful person, or you can kill all of them. And at the end of the game, there are multiple endings depending on what choices you make throughout the game. And the reason why I'm talking about it now is because the second game actually has released a few days ago, and I want to talk a little bit about that. What do you know about Undertale, baby?
Literally nothing.
All right. Oh, and to make this um, to make this topic a bit more interactable. I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions that are related to Undertale, but it's
Hmm.
not related to your knowledge of Undertale, if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna ask you, what does it mean to have a voice?
Um,
Like it
Speak
doesn't
and
have to
people hear
be,
you,
yeah,
or like
it doesn't have
basically
it doesn't have to be like super
literal, like literal.
literal. Yeah, it could be like literally like emotionally speaking, or like you
For
know.
people to read yourself
Oh
or the
shit,
emotions you.
baby, you're cutting in and out. Hello.
People to read how you feel in and out.
Yeah, and I would agree on that, cause like having a voice is just really like being able to, yeah, as you said, like being able to read a situation and speak out for it or against it, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and in the game of Undertale, um, you really have a lot of control about it, and that game was like really influential in its time because it um, sparked the idea of like you know
Individuality.
individuality exactly, and just the idea that like not every conflict has to end violently, not every conflict has to end a certain way. It could always be influenced by the little things, um, which I'm actually going to speak a little bit about in the game. You can actually flirt with your opponent. Ah, flirt with your opponent. You could give them hugs. You can tell them like, hey, you look good today while you're fighting them, and they will like, they will spare you. They will like, they won't fight you anymore because you said something nice and all that. And it's actually like, that's a very overlooked feature of that game, um, which I think had such an influence or an impact on the internet because that sparked the idea of just like, being kind really means a lot. And so I feel like if you were to play that video game, if anyone gets a chance to play the video game, I think you should definitely give it a go. Because I'm not saying it's gonna change you. I'm just saying if you'd like it to, it would. But that's all I'm saying. That's yep. Yeah. um. Now that I think about it, we don't know how long these podcasts would go for.
We could. It probably vary per podcast whether
Yeah.
we feel um more inclined, not inclined, more interested in the topic and more outside of the topic. It depends on how we feel. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Especially like the broadness of the topic.
um, for this podcast,
Oh shit, baby, you cut out.
it's what like
No, it's not working, baby.
sorry for RIP headphones. Um,
I'm gonna put caption rip headphones.
um, I think this is probably going to be the end of our podcast.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think this is a bad place to end it either.
Um, thank you for
Oh
you
gosh,
return.
I'm sorry, you keep cutting out. I think I'll take over from here.
All
Um,
right.
yeah, so I think this is gonna be the end of our podcast. I hope that y'all enjoyed us talking about stuff that probably doesn't even relate to you, but it's okay because you're listening to two teenagers talk about shit and life and shit. And so we hope you enjoyed. Um,
Come back next week.
come back next week on Sunday at 4 p.m. Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time,
Eastern.
Eastern Standard Time. Yes,
Eastern. We're not
Pacific
Eastern, bro.
Pacific Standard Time. There it is. Yeet. Anyway, thank you
Hope
for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.